Recently, Bubba Wallace has emerged as a prominent figure in NASCAR, garnering attention for his impressive performance on the track as well as his off-field achievements. Despite his notoriety, there remain numerous aspects of Bubba Wallace's life that are yet to be uncovered. Here are 10 things you didn't know about Bubba Wallace. To first start with, Bubba Wallace is just a nickname that has stuck with Darrell Wallace Jr. since childhood. His father gave him the nickname because he was a big fan of the character Elmer Fudd from the Looney Tunes cartoons, who often referred to Bugs Bunny as Bubba. Darrell's father started calling him Bubba as a child, and the nickname has stuck with him ever since. Moving on, Bubba Wallace may be a NASCAR driver, but his first love is basketball. He played the sport throughout childhood and was a standout player in high school. He was even offered scholarships to play basketball at the college level, but ultimately chose to focus on his racing career. Despite not pursuing basketball professionally, Bubba has remained a big fan of the sport and has been vocal about his love for basketball. He often shares his thoughts on the sport on social media. He regularly tweets about games, players, and his favorite teams, including the Charlotte Hornets and the Los Angeles Lakers. In 2020, he even had the opportunity to attend an NBA game in person and met several players, including LeBron James. But that's not all you don't know about Bubba Wallace. In 2013, Bubba made history when he became the first African-American driver to win a race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. That was a major milestone in the sport, which white drivers had historically dominated. Ever since then, Bubba has continued to break barriers in NASCAR. In 2018, he became the first full-time African-American driver in the Cup Series since 1971. In 2020, he made history again by becoming the first African-American driver to compete in the Daytona 500 since 1969. So let's get things heated up now. Bubba Wallace is also a vocal advocate for racial justice and diversity in NASCAR. He has used his platform as a driver to speak out about issues of inequality and has been instrumental in pushing for change within the sport. Despite his success on the track, Bubba Wallace has faced racism and discrimination within NASCAR. In 2020, he made headlines when he reported finding a noose in his garage at the Talladega Superspeedway. NASCAR and the FBI immediately investigated the incident, and it was ultimately determined that the noose had been present in the garage since 2019 and was not specifically targeted at Bubba. And now that we're getting into the last 5 parts of Bubba Wallace's personal life, let's spice things up a little. Bubba Wallace is also a talented artist. He has a passion for drawing and painting and often spends his spare time working on his art. Wallace's artistic talent has been evident since he was a child, and he has continued to cultivate his skills over the years. Wallace's artwork ranges from abstract designs to portraits of people and animals. He has shared some of his artwork on social media and has also created custom designs for his racing helmets and has worked with sponsors to create unique designs for their products. Wallace has spoken about how art provides a sense of balance in his life and allows him to express himself in a different way. He believes that art and racing have some similarities, as both require a certain level of creativity and attention to detail. Aside from his passion for racing and his talent for art, Bubba Wallace is also an avid golfer. He enjoys spending his spare time on the golf course, playing rounds with friends and fellow racers. Wallace has been playing golf since he was a child, and it has been a favorite pastime of his ever since. He has even been known to use his golf skills to help him with his racing, as he believes that the focus and discipline required for golf can translate to his performance on the track. Despite his busy racing schedule, Wallace tries to find time to play golf whenever he can. He has played in several celebrity golf tournaments, including the Michael Jordan Celebrity Invitational, and has even played rounds with professional golfers like Bubba Watson. Wallace's love for golf is yet another example of his diverse interests and talents. As he continues to make waves in the racing world, it's clear that his love for golf will continue to be a source of balance and relaxation in his life. Bubba Wallace is also a big fan of comic books and has been known to incorporate superhero themes into his racing gear. He has even had custom-made racing suits featuring characters like Batman and Iron Man. Wallace's interest in comic books began with the Marvel Universe, which he discovered when he was 6. He was immediately drawn to the colorful characters and their exciting adventures. As he grew older, he expanded his collection to include DC Comics, Image Comics, and other publishers. Wallace has also expressed interest in creating his comic book series someday. He has said that he has been inspired by comic book writers and artists' creativity and imagination and would love to create his superhero or villain. His love for comic books has also led him to use this platform to promote diversity and inclusion in the industry. he has been vocal about the importance of representation in comic books and has called for creating more diverse characters. In 2021, Wallace collaborated with Marvel Comics to create a special variant cover for the comic book Champions #7. The cover featured Wallace in his racing gear alongside the Champions, a group of young superheroes. Now, Bubba Wallace is not just a talented driver and advocate. He is also a skilled drummer. He has been playing the drums since childhood and has a natural flair for rhythm and music. Wallace Jr. has often showcased his drumming skills on social media and at public events. During a NASCAR pre-race event, he once played the drums on stage with the popular rock band Nickelback. He has also collaborated with other musicians, such as the band American Authors, and even recorded a song for a NASCAR-themed album. Despite his busy racing schedule, Wallace Jr. finds time to practice and hone his drumming skills. In interviews, he mentioned that playing the drums helps him relax and unwind after a long day at the track. Wallace Jr.'s passion for music extends beyond just playing the drums. He is also an avid hip-hop and rap music fan, known to incorporate it into his pre-race routine. He once walked out to the starting grid at a race to the sounds of rapper Lil Wayne's song, John. Bubba Wallace is also known for his love of dogs. In particular, he's a big fan of his pit bull, Asher. Wallace often shares pictures and videos of Asher on his social media accounts, and it's clear that the two have a special bond. Asher is a rescue dog, and Wallace has been a vocal advocate for adopting pets from shelters rather than buying them from breeders. He's encouraged his fans to adopt pets and has even supported animal rescue organizations. As a dog lover, Wallace understands the important role that pets can play in our lives. They provide companionship, comfort, and love, and they can be a great source of joy and happiness. Wallace has spoken about how much Asher means to him and how he loves coming home after a race to be greeted by his furry friend. Despite the stigma attached to pit bulls, Wallace has shown that they can be wonderful pets and loving companions. He's also used his platform to challenge negative stereotypes and advocate for responsible pet ownership. Bubba Wallace's love for dogs, and particularly his pit bull Asher, is just one of the many reasons why he's respected and admired figure in the NASCAR community and beyond. And finally, Bubba Wallace was homeschooled throughout his high school years due to his busy racing schedule. His parents, who recognized his passion for racing at a young age, decided to homeschool him so that he could focus on his racing career while still completing his education. Wallace was able to complete his high school coursework at an accelerated pace and graduated at the age of 17. After graduating, he continued to pursue his racing career and eventually made his way to the NASCAR Truck Series. Despite being homeschooled, Wallace has spoken about the importance of education and has encouraged young people to stay in school and pursue their dreams. He has also emphasized the importance of having a strong support system and has credited his parents with helping him to achieve his goals both on and off the track. Want to see more interesting stuff? Then click the next video on your screen, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our updates.